Hey, welcome back everyone. We have another round of incredible deals to go through together today. We're going to stick to games under $5. Every game is at an all-time low. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like, share it around, and subscribe if you are new here. Thanks as always to the crew, and with that, we'll dive in. Alright, and we'll start with Curious Expedition 2, which is a roguelike expedition simulator that blends turn-based strategy with resource management and procedural storytelling. Players lead an expedition team, exploring mysterious islands, encountering strange civilizations, and making tough moral choices that will impact the journey. The game features multiple character classes, recruitable allies, and deep narrative elements that make every playthrough unique. A single run will last several hours, but with its randomized worlds and branching events, replay value is very high. It runs well on the Switch, and right now it's at an all-time low. Next is Metro Redux, which bundles Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light, offering a gritty, atmospheric first-person shooter experience set in a post-apocalyptic Russia. Players navigate through haunted underground tunnels, scavenging for resources, fighting mutated creatures, and engaging in intense firefights with hostile factions. Now the game emphasizes stealth, survival mechanics, and immersive storytelling, making it stand out in the genre. Both campaigns last about 10 to 15 hours with multiple difficulty modes, including a brutal ranger mode for the hardcore players out there. Both games run surprisingly well on the Switch, with a few minor visual downgrades of course, and right now the bundle is at an all-time low. Ravva and the Phantom Library is a retro-style action platformer that draws inspiration from classic NES-era games. Players control Ravva, a young summoner, exploring haunted libraries filled with puzzles and traps and enemies. The core mechanic revolves around summoning different spirits, each with unique abilities that will then help you to solve those puzzles or make it through the level. The tight controls and pixel art aesthetic give it an old school charm, while the level design offers a mix of platforming and light puzzle solving. A full playthrough should last about 3 to 5 hours, making it a short but memorable experience, and it runs well here on the console. Right now it's at an all-time low. Saints Row: The Big Purple Package is a bundle that includes Part 3 and 4 from the series. These games are basically a more comedic take on the GTA formula. Combined, you're getting dozens of hours of gameplay and two of the better games in the genre, in my opinion. If you enjoy open world sandbox style games, this is definitely one to pick up. The download is pretty hefty though, at about 16 gigs, so make sure that you have room for the install. Next is Kudzu, which is a retro-inspired action-adventure game that blends Zelda-like exploration with a unique gardening theme. Players take on the role of Max, a young botanist searching for his missing mentor in a world overtaken by an invasive plant known as Kudzu. The game features top-down dungeon crawling, puzzle solving, and an engaging mix of combat and exploration. Instead of traditional weapons, you use gardening tools like shears or hoes to battle plant-based enemies and clear the way. The game runs well here on the console, and right now it's at an all-time low. Lamentum is a dark and atmospheric survival horror game inspired by games like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, with a distinct pixel art Lovecraftian aesthetic. Players step into the shoes of Victor Hartwell as he explores a nightmarish mansion in search for a cure for his ailing wife. The game features exploration-heavy gameplay, resource management, and puzzle solving, with a variety of grotesque monsters lurking in the shadows. Now the game focuses on choice-driven storytelling, where your decisions impact the narrative and lead to multiple different endings. The game takes around 6 to 8 hours to wrap up, depending on how much exploring you do. It runs pretty well on the Switch, but there are some load time issues that may frustrate you. Otherwise though, it's a must-play for fans of the genre, and right now it's at an all-time low. FROGUE is a fast-paced, roguelike action game that mixes bullet time mechanics with top-down shooting. You control a ninja frog armed with a sword and guns, dashing through procedurally generated levels, dodging bullets and slicing through enemies in slow-motion combat. The gameplay is challenging and skill-based, rewarding quick reflexes and strategic movement. Each run lasts anywhere from a few minutes to an hour, depending on how far you get. Now, with randomized upgrades and enemies keeping things fresh, the game is a really good time all the way through. Right now it's at an all-time low. Definitely check it out. Next is Gunborg Dark Matters, which is a side-scrolling action platformer with arcade-inspired combat and tight movement mechanics. Players wield a powerful energy blade and an arsenal of futuristic weapons, battling through dangerous sci-fi environments filled with enemies and hazards. The momentum-based movement, including dashes and wall jumps, adds a sense of fluidity to the action, while the game's retro-futuristic neon visuals make it stand out in the genre. The campaign lasts around 3 to 6 hours, with a focus on fast-paced gameplay and skill-based combat. It runs well here on the Switch, and again, it's at an all-time low. Neon Abyss is a fast-paced roguelike action platformer that blends run-and-gun gameplay with procedurally generated dungeons and an evolving upgrade system. Players control members of Grim Squad, infiltrating the Abyss to take down the new gods, battling waves of enemies and collecting a massive variety of weapons, power-ups, and pets along the way. Now, what sets the game apart is the stacking upgrade system, where buffs and abilities combine in wild, often unpredictable ways, leading to insane different playstyles. Now, the roguelike structure means that every run can vary in length, but a typical playthrough is around 30 to 60 minutes. Overall, this is a great game, and right now it's on sale at an all-time low. Wavetale is a narrative-driven action-adventure game with fluid movement and a stunning open world. Players control Sigrid, a young girl who gains the ability to surf across the ocean's surface. The game focuses on exploration, light combat, and environmental storytelling. The game should take about 4 to 6 hours to wrap up, and it is pretty stable on the Switch with just a few minor frame dips and pop-in here and there. Right now it's on sale at an all-time low, and this is another game that I really think you should check out. Alright everyone, here are some other deals to check out while you're already on the eShop. Alright everyone, that wraps up today's episode. If you enjoyed the video and you enjoy gaming content like this, make sure to leave a like down below and drop a comment. Let me know if there's any games that you'll pick up. Oh, and also, if you're new here, subscribe and become part of the crew. Much love everyone. Catch you on the next one.